Hi, this is for the second last chapter for geology. There will be introduction to hydrogeology. So highlight the word hydro and geology. This is related to water. When you find the word hydro, it's mean water, and the combination of hydrogeology is to find out what is the water inside the geological structure, or in simpler words you can understand as groundwater, ataupun dalam bahasa kita panggil dia dalam air bawah tanah lah. Okay, if you see the learning outcome, we have about 4 points here. The first one is understand the nature of groundwater and its occurrence. So basically, if you can see a lot of water at the surface of the earth, we also have another part of water which is underground water or groundwater, and we would like to know what is the origin of this groundwater and the occurrence of the groundwater. And of course, when we have discussed about groundwater, we need to discuss about the aquifer, aquicludes and aqueducts. Okay, dalam air bawah tanah ni ataupun air galian, kita ada beberapa segmen di dalam layer of groundwater, ataupun dalam kita punya air bawah tanah tu ada beberapa layer yang berbeza yang kita panggil sebagai aquifer, aqueducts dan juga aquicludes. So next, what you need to know is to understand the principle of groundwater flow. So we can imagine that water flow at the surface of the earth is from high ground to lower ground, but what about the groundwater flow? So groundwater flow we will discuss under this topic. And next, you need to understand the groundwater extraction and determination. Of course, in the water scarce area, we need to have alternative of water supply, and the alternative of water supply is groundwater. So this groundwater, you can extract the groundwater, and this is for the consumption of the resident in mostly rural area. So what you need to know in groundwater, in this part of chapter, the hydrogeology, is we need to understand what is the part of water that we have in the earth, at the surface of the earth and also inside the earth. So at the surface of the earth, you already know about lakes, oceans, and that is part of water at the surface of the earth. And then we do have part of water that inside the earth crust that we call is groundwater. So the largest part, of course, you know, that will be the ocean, that hold about 1,370 million kilometer cubic of salt water. And we also have fresh water, which is stored in terms of glaciers and ice cap, which about 30 million kilometer cubic. So this one is not liquid, it is actually stored in terms of ice. And then you have the river, lake salts, and the atmosphere contribute about 200,000 kilometer cubic of fresh water, which is less than 1/50th of 1% of the world of total water supply. So in Malaysia, we know that we get our water supply from river because we have plenty of it. So this is what is the hydrologic cycle. Okay, this is quite common. Okay, we have ocean. Okay, we have from the ocean, it will condense and then transported by wind, and then precipitation happen, and this water will become surface water or runoff, and also at the same time it can infiltrate into water. So ini lebih kurang daripada kitaran hujan lah. And this is another view that you can see how the hydrologic cycle, and what we are not aware is about the groundwater. And of course, groundwater is very essential, especially in rural area. So groundwater is one of the fundamental of the earth material, and the process of groundwater flow is one of the principal geologic process operating within the earth. Okay, particularly in part of the developing world, groundwater is probably the best solution for drinking water supply and irrigation. So you can highlight the word, the keyword of developing world, because they don't have that kind of network of water supply, centralized water supply, and so on. So what they only have is the groundwater as the source of water intake. So in the last 30 or so years, the specialized area of hydrogeology has advanced by developing methods and techniques of sedimentology, structural geology, hydraulic, civil engineering, and drilling technology. So these are all technology that can provide water supply to developed country, and a lot of technology that in place right now, and they can actually extract the groundwater very easy. So mass transport consists of surface flow, evapotranspiration, vadose flow, infiltration, groundwater flow, and atmospheric transport. And storage of water include atmospheric, river, stream, lake, ocean, groundwater, and also ice. So you can see this table shows the estimation of the world water. So we have storage of water in terms of ocean, groundwater, ice sheet, and glaciers, surface water on land, soil moisture, river, and atmospheric vapor. The real question is whether you can consume all of this water directly, or you need to kind of place some extraction method, and of course some purification method before we can consume all of this water. So that is will be the first chapter for this introduction of hydrogeology, and we will discuss on the next chapter, the next subtopic.